Okay, Hare Krishna. Let's start with a prayer. Welcome you all. Hare Krishna again.
Hare Krishna.
Uh, if you have book, open the page number 1, the introduction. Om Jnana Timrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunidam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamayam Dadantim Sampadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yukta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savabhutam Parijana Sahishta Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri
Shri
Radha Krishna
Krishna.
Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute तप्त कांच गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभस्य च कृपा सिन्धुभव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. So let's get back to our Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 4, Transcendental Knowledge. So there was a gap of 1 week. Hopefully, you remember what we were learning. Anyone wants to share any single thing we learned from Transcendental Knowledge? No? Okay. Okay, what is the meaning of Transcendental? So, Transcendental in Hindi word is in Hindi also and in English is beyond our imagination, is अद्भुत, सर्वश्रेष्ठ, जिसको हम अपने में इमेजिन ही नहीं कर सकते. हाँ, तो वो है ट्रांसेंडेंटल. सो एवरीथिंग इज रिलेटेड टू कृष्णा इज ट्रांसेंडेंटल. हिज पास टाइम इज ट्रांसेंडेंटल. हिज बॉडी इज ट्रांसेंडेंटल. हिज लीला is transcendental. His all the activities in incarnation is transcendental because they are sarva uttam, is topmost. It's not very easy for us to imagine or understand all the different activities and the leela of Krishna by our very limited knowledge. So everyone has their own capacity, but Krishna's this transcendental thing is completely this is beyond our imaginations. As Brahma also mentioned, I myself sometimes bewildered by the leelas of Krishna because it's not very easy to understand. And the Brahma who was directly created by Vishnu, by the Krishna himself, but still that person who has direct connection is very difficult to understand. In our Kali Yuga, in material world also, sometimes it's very difficult to understand the human personality. बिकॉज हम लोग बोलते हैं ना मतलब इंसान रंग बदलता है, कभी एक तरीके से बिहेव कर रहा है, दूसरा पहचानने में ही मुश्किल होता है, राइट. सो सिमिलरली हम लोगों की जो क्षमता है, दैट अवर कैपेसिटी टू अंडरस्टैंड पीपल इज वेरी लिमिटेड. But now what we are talking about, the Krishna's transcendental forms and his leelas. And now we are reading in the Bhagavatam also, Krishna says that whoever understand my this leela, he never come back. And also it's repeated in the Bhagavad Gita also. Who understand my appearance and the disappearance, which we learned in the last class, which is clearly mentioned in the shloka number 8. Uh, so and in my appearance and disappearance, who can understand very clearly, who is no longer going to be taking the birth in this planet, right? So that's what we are learning. But in this chapter 4, in the transcendental knowledge, he is giving the importance of this Sanatan knowledge, how this knowledge is coming, and the whom I, the Sun God Vivaswan, I gave him the knowledge, and overall he's keep on telling this. The important of this understanding, this knowledge is not only just learning that one, in the practically how we can utilize it. And in the further couple of shlokas, we are going to talk about the purpose of human birth, right? So in the simple word, if you have to explain someone, let's say now I will ask Jigna Mataji and you are coming to this class, so what is the purpose of human form?
To understand Bhagavad Gita and attain liberation, get out of the cycle of birth and
Birth
death.
and death, yeah. So that is our thing is, okay, we have to read Bhagavad Gita, and our end goal is liberate from this birth and death and go back to the Krishna's place. Okay, anyone else wants to give answer? What is the purpose of human birth? That's, I think your answer is right, but I want like does anyone thinking differently, that what is the human birth, the purpose of the human birth? Yeah, Madhu Mataji, I'm going to pick.
अ,
Yeah,
कृष्णा को जानने के लिए और उनको सर्व करने के लिए।
उनको जानने के लिए और उनको सर्व करने के लिए, ये हमारा ह्यूमन बर्थ है। दैट्स ऑल्सो गुड आंसर। हम उनको जानना है और उनको हमें सर्व करना है, राइट? ओके, आई वांट थर्ड आंसर, अपना अर्पणा माता जी, हमारा पर्पस क्या है ह्यूमन बर्थ का? अभी तक हम लोगों ने जितना भी भागवत गीता पढ़ा है उससे हमें समझ क्या आ रहा है?
To be a good human being,
टू बी ए गुड
to
ह्यूमन बीइंग।
serve the purpose of being a human,
ओके, सो यू सी
what
दैट,
we can do as a human.
perfect, okay, be a good human being. So if you see all the three answers is little different, right? One, you are saying I want to be good human being, that's good, okay, that's the human birth form is. And one is I want to serve Krishna, right? And the third answer is I want a liberation. All three are the different, but what Bhagavad Gita says, the Bhagavad Gita says all three, but on top of that, what he's saying, you all has to remember this one. Bhagavad Gita says the purpose of Bhagavad Gita and the human form is to please Lord,
The Lord,
make him
yes,
happy.
yes, yes, yes,
You have to remember, we are saying I want to be good, I want liberation. Everything is, I am right now talking about myself. No
yeah,
one says Krishna. No one says
Krishna,
I want to please Krishna. No one says I want to, I think Madhu Mataji says I want to serve him,
yeah,
but serve him with the love and devotion. Our purpose, the one goal is I want to please him. We can say so many things. I want to improve my quality, I want to better life, I want to be happy, I want to be good person, I want to learn something so that I can help other people, not only helping myself, I want to help. Everything is good. As a good human citizen of any country, you have to be good citizen person. But the human form, as per the Sanatan Dharma, as per Shastra, as per our Bhagavad Gita says, you have to remember, I want to please Lord. That is the only one purpose we have. That's why we born here. But we forgot our connections with the Lord. That is the meaning of yoga, our connectivity. To connect with the Lord is original, that is the purpose. We have to connect with Him, we have to serve Him, we have to please Him. If He please, then everything, whatever you said, it will be happening. You become a good person, you will acquire good quality, you never have any problem of financial situation, you don't have anything, you won't do any sinful activities also. You see my point? So
yes,
when you think, if you know, like we usually say, gives example, if you know very big personality, and if you go to that office or building or department, if you know that person and he's standing next to you, you already puffed up. Oh, I know this guy. Oh, this is my reference. right? So similarly, now think that Krishna is standing next to you. Maybe we are not able to see him, but definitely once you practice, you start realizing him. Correct? So that is the power. And when he is going to stand next to you, when he will be pleased. When he will be pleased and standing next to you, then no one can impact you. No one can bother you. No one, none of the sin. We are going to read that in couple of the shlokas today. So our one purpose, if I'm going to ask after 2-3 months, what is the human purpose? To please Krishna. This is the simple answer. My rest of my life, I want to please him. It's not easy because from our 30-40 years, some of them are more than 50 years, we are trying to please ourselves. क्या खाने
Yes.
से क्या पहनने से खुशी मिलेगा वो करने में लगे हुए हम लोग, और वो
Yes.
बुरा नहीं है, बट फर्स्ट प्रियोरिटी इज प्लीज हिम, देन ऑटोमेटिकली वी विल बी प्लीज्ड, राइट? मैंने एक बार बहुत पहले एग्जांपल दिया था, एक माँ अपने बच्चे को लेके चल रही है, अब हम बच्चे को बोल रहे हैं बड़ा क्यूट बेबी है, बेबी को तो समझ भी नहीं आ रहा मैंने क्या बोला, सबसे ज़्यादा खुश कौन होता है? माँ होती है, राइट? तो इसी तरीके से जब हम भगवान के भक्तों को प्लीज़ करें, उनको खुश करें और उनके संगत में रहें, तो ऑटोमेटिकली भगवान भी प्लीज़ हो जाते हैं। ये एक बड़ा आसान तरीका है। इसलिए साधु संग रहना है एंड देन try to please Lord. That is our whole purpose, right? Automatically, all whatever you said automatically is the byproduct of that thing, right? So, again, I'm going to ask this question again. So, just remember, if I will pick one person, just I want to please Krishna. That is my human, that is my topmost priority of the goal. So, with that, let's. Krishna is talking about the same thing again and again in this chapter also. Let's start with the shloka number 15. Chapter 4, shloka 15th. Right? So let me read that one. Then, evam jnanatva kritam karma puvera api mumukshubhi kuru karmaiva tasmatvam purvah purvataram kritam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. All the liberated soul in ancient time acted with this understanding of my transcendental nature. Therefore, you should perform your duties following in their footsteps. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. There are two classes of men. Some of them are full of polluted material things within their heart, and some of them are materially free. Krishna consciousness equally benefit for both of these person. Those who are full of dirty things can take to the line of Krishna consciousness for a gradual cleansing process. Following the regulative principle of devotion service, those who are already cleansed of the impurities may continue to act in the same Krishna consciousness so that other may follow their exemplary activities and thereby be benefited. Foolish person or neophyte in Krishna consciousness often want to retire from activities without having knowledge of Krishna consciousness. Arjuna's desire to retire from the activity on the battlefield was not approved by the Lord. One need only know how to act to retire from the activities of Krishna consciousness, and to sit aloof making a show of Krishna consciousness is less important than actually engaging in the field of activity for the sake of Krishna. Arjuna is here advised to act in the Krishna consciousness following in the footstep of the Lord previously disciple, such as the sun god Vivaswan as mentioned herein before. The Supreme Lord knows all his past activity as well as those of the person who acted in the Krishna consciousness in the past. Therefore, he recommends the act of the sun god who learned this act from the Lord some millions of years before. All such students of the Lord Krishna are mentioned here as the past liberated persons, engaged in the discharge of the devotee allotted by Krishna. Very nice. Prabhupada very clearly mentioned here all the liberated souls. He was talking about all our acharyas and Goswamis, and he was talking about the sun god. Whoever took this knowledge, we need to follow their footsteps. Like there is in Rupa Goswami, he was one of the topmost Goswami of the Vrindavan, and he was a direct disciple of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is a Krishna himself. So we always recommend, and Acharya, other Acharya, they say that Rupa Nuga, we need to follow the footstep of the Rupa Goswami, who is the direct disciple of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So for us, understanding the sun god and their parampara, that is the one. We always want to follow the acharyas, who was following the previous acharya. So similarly, Rupa Goswami is topmost Goswamis, and uh, I usually refer some of his shlokas and preaching, the teaching from Nectar of Devotions, Nectar of Instructions. These are the some of the books he wrote it down. What are the instruction for us as a devotees and how we can follow. But Prabhupada very clearly mentioned the two kind of people. One is completely polluted person who was very materially grossed, and I don't deny that we are also, I am also from the same part of the world, because we were so polluted. Now we are trying it actually. Polluted means so much of sense gratifications. uh, some of them, they are okay, I'm almost done, and this, and there are so many people, they are very sense gratification people. They are day and night, they are thinking that how I can please my senses. Like we are a godas. Goswamis are, the go means the senses, and Swami is the controller of those senses. But we are not the Goswamis, we are a Godas people. We are das of, servant of our senses. So we are day and night working like a donkeys and trying to fulfill our desires, trying to fulfill our senses, right? So sometimes as a father or a mother, we were not only trying ourselves, we are also giving the same knowledge and same polluted thing to our children's, that okay, how you can be happy, how you can enjoy your senses. That's, this is going on from many generations, right? So now somehow we get this knowledge that instead of satisfying our senses, we have to try to please Krishna by following the footstep of previous acharya, what they did, having the associations of them, right? Then the life will be easier. So going to the next shloka, Dwij, you want to read 16?
No, no. Okay.
Even the intelligent, from there.
Even the intelligent, even the intelligent are bewildered in determining what is action and what is inaction. Now I shall explain to you what action is, knowing which you shall be liberated from all misfortune. Action in Krishna consciousness has to be executed in accord with the examples of the previous bona fide devotees. This is recommended in the 15th verse. Why such action should not be independent will be explained in the text to follow. To act in Krishna consciousness, one has to follow the leadership of authorized persons who are the line of disciplinic succession as explained in the beginning of the chapter. The son of Krishna consciousness was first narrated to the sun god. The sun god explained it to his son Manu. Manu explained it to Ikshvaku. And the system is clear on this earth from that very remote time. Therefore, one has to follow in the footsteps of previous authorities in the line of disciplining succession. Otherwise, even the most intelligent men will be bewildered regarding the standard actions of Krishna consciousness. For this reason, the Lord decided to instruct Arjuna in Krishna consciousness directly. Because of the direct instruction of the Lord to Arjuna, anyone that follows in the footsteps of Arjuna is certainly not convicted.
Very nice. uh, Thanks, Dwij. So Dwij, what is action? Based on learning from all this, what is action and what is inaction?
Action
Just your
is
view.
Krishna consciousness. Action is Krishna consciousness.
Action is in Krishna, and what is inaction?
Sense gratification.
That is one way, is a sense gratifications which is not prescribed, right? the action which we are performing which is not recommended for us. Those are some of the inactions. So in the further few shlokas we will learn that the intelligent person, they can easily identify what is action is, what is inaction, and what inactions you can perform the actions. And in the other way, in action, when you're performing the actions, very clearly identified that this is not recommended, these are inactions activity. The person who can identify both the way, those are intelligent people. We will learn in the next. But here Krishna says that the people, the devotees who are now, the Krishna, the Arjuna is so fortunate that he is directly getting the instructions from Krishna that you should follow this. And as we remember from the chapter 1 also, Arjuna was giving many excuses or reason not to fight, but Krishna is making him that this is your action, you are a Kshatriya, this is your prescribed duties, this is your responsibility, you should perform. Right, when Krishna become his guru and telling him that okay, this is the recommendation form, what he should do, any disciple, when the guru says that go and do this, he has to perform that actions because guru is telling. So similarly in that Bhagavad Gita, in the Kurukshetra, Krishna is the guru for Arjuna, and he was telling that what you should do and how you should follow. So similarly in our Gurukul also, when the Guru says, okay, go and collect the food from outside all the village, all the childrens, all the students, they will go and door to door steps and they will say, okay, Bhiksham Dehi, Bhiksham Dehi. You heard that, right? So they will collect all the food and they will come and they will cook and serve to Guru. Until Guru take the prasadam and he finish, and he will give the instruction to all his student, okay, now go ahead and eat that prasadam. Until he say that one, students are not taking the prasadam. If unfortunately that Guru forgot, then student, they are going to do the fasting entire day. That is the thing is. So the importance of Guru also we will learn in this further in the shloka number 34. What is the importance of the Guru also? So Krishna is the direct Guru of Arjuna, and Arjuna is so fortunate that he is getting the instruction directly from Krishna, that how you can engage in the Krishna consciousness by performing your duties. That's very common questions will come also. Prabhuji, I am working like 8 hour, I am working 12 hour every day. Monday also I have, Monday to Friday I'm working, and sometimes Saturday, Sunday also working. How I can engage, right? That is, we are on our own Kurukshetra war. We have lot of commitments, lot of activity, the children's with the office and this or that. On top of that, sometimes other things will come. How we can engage? This is very common questions, very dilemma thing. Okay, how I can prioritize? Everyone is going through that same challenge, because some they directly texted me, Prabhuji, today I cannot join because I was traveling. Today I have my kids class, I have this or that, so many things, right? So we have to balance this one, and how I am going to prioritize. As in the beginning of the class, I asked that same question: what is the purpose of human birth? What is the purpose, right? And to please Krishna. To please Krishna is one of the topmost priority we should have it. If you don't set that in your mind, then mind will trick that okay, I have multiple other things going on and I have to give priority to that. But in the verbiage, I'm keep on saying that I want to please Krishna, but my actions is not performing the same way what I'm saying it. So to do that one, pray to Krishna that Krishna, I want to please you. I want to read Bhagavad Gita every day. I want to chant every day. Please help me. Once your desire is that, Krishna is definitely 110%. He is going to help you. So that is your choice. You are prioritizing differently. That's the reason you are not able to literally please Krishna. So we have to take one step, and the Krishna will take the remaining 10 steps. He will come towards you because your desire to please him. Then who don't want? If you say, any one of you say, oh Prabhuji, I want to please you, can you come to my house and have nice chappan bhog prasadam? Definitely I will come, right? When human will come, when you call with so much many requests, then Krishna will also come, right? So our consciousness is always to please Krishna. There is no other priority. That is the topmost priority in our life. And to achieve that one, you have to start from early morning. Then when we say that 24 by 7, when you start early morning and keep practice, entire day Krishna will make sure that you will remember him. If you chant few rounds early morning, then entire day you will be singing only Hare Krishna mantra, no Bollywood, Hollywood, Tollywood songs. Right? Your mind will always remind you that I have to chant. At least start with the one and be consistent every day. It's not easy. To please Krishna is not easy, I can guarantee you that. Because mind is so powerful and he will say, oh, कल तो किया ही था, अरे आज ब्रेक ले लेते हैं, अरे आज तो संडे है, अरे आज वो कर लेते हैं. आपको कहीं ना कहीं वो डाइवर्ट कराता ही रहेगा. उसको बिल्कुल बोलना है कि शांत होने के लिए बिल्कुल. Right? When you very firm that my human birth purpose is, you can write it down. My human goal is to please Krishna. And read every day. That's the thing. And how you can please? Just by chanting his name, just by reading his books, just by reading his instructions, and offering patram pushpam phalam toyam. You can offer anything: water, food, leaves, and fruits. Anything, any four of them with the love and devotion, he will accept. So we have to figure out what is the working solution for me in my busy life, how I can offer him, how I can remember him 24 by 7. The same formula may not work for everyone exactly, right? When you go with a fever to the doctor, might I will get like a 1 week course, might you will get only 2 tablets. It's based on our symptoms, it will be working. But we both have to take the tablets. That's the sure shot, right? So that tablet is our chanting the Harinam. Because this is a Kali Yuga. We need to please him. Let's go to the one more shloka and then we will wrap it up. 17th shloka. I will read this one. The intricacy of actions are very hard to understand. Therefore, one should know properly what action is, what forbidden action is, and what inaction is. The purport by Srila Prabhupada. If one is serious about liberation from the material bondage, one has to understand the distinctions between action, inactions, and unauthorized actions. One has to apply oneself to such an analysis of actions, reactions, and prohibited actions because it is very difficult subject matters. To understand the Krishna consciousness and actions according to its mode, one has to learn one relationship with the Supreme. One who has learned perfectly knows that every living entity is an eternal servitor of the Lord and that consequently one has to act in Krishna consciousness. The entire Bhagavad Gita is directed toward this conclusion. Any other conclusion against this consciousness and its attendance actions are weak karmas or prohibited actions. To understand all this, one has to associate it with the authority in the Krishna consciousness and learn the secret from them. That is as good as learning from the Lord directly. Otherwise, even the most intelligent person will be bewildered. So again, this is so clearly mentioned. Once you read the purport by the Srila Prabhupada, it's become so very nice that to understanding the three concept, right? What is my action? What is the forbidden actions and what are the inactions? And we learn this one in chapter number 3 also, the Karma Yoga, Sakarma, Akarma, and the Vikarma. That's what the Prabhupada is trying to mention that. So Sakarma is I'm just performing my actions. I didn't refer any Shastra, I didn't refer to any Guru or any Acharya, right? I'm just performing what I know, what I think, what is better for me, right? So that is my simple action and which is also called as my sakarma. So according to that, performing that duties, whatever you will do and whatever the karmas you incorporated, like some is good or bad, you will be eligible to get that punishments, full punishments, 100% you are eligible. But the second is vikarma, which is the prohibited actions, is the people is going completely against the shastras, Against the Shastras means is like some of the activities in the Kali Yuga is completely prohibited, is not mentioned, is a illegal kind of thing as per our Sanatan Dharma, like killing the animals, eating the meats, eating some of the like not prescribed food items also. Those are completely prohibited. We should not be performing, right? So those come under the vikarma actions where you perform, and definitely some of those activities, if it's against the Shastras, you are preparing to go to the hellish life. That's what I think. One time I heard from our Guru Maharaj. Uh, he came to, and he was a big donor also. And in spite of he is donating so many money, just in the mode of passion, that oh, I am doing this much big item for the temples or this. The people are there, right? Those people, they do the all the show off thing. They will give the money, lo, I did this or that, and the evening they will go and eat meat, or they have the shop of the meat selling also. So he has a hotel, and he was earning very good money. He has a hotel, but the Guru Maharaj asked him, "Do you serve meat in your hotel?" And he said, "Yes." Then he was a big donor. Guru, any Guru, if he's a genuine in the parampara, he says that you are preparing for the hellish life. In front of him and in front of others, he directly told him that you are making and you are preparing for the hellish life now. So you should not be continuing that. And he was a big donor. The Guru never care about the how much money you will give. He will directly give you the lesson that this is not mentioned in the Shastra. These are all prohibited actions, right? So this is one of the conversation I heard from our Guru also, that you should not be performing any of the actions which is not prescribed in Shastras. It's very, very clear, because we do so much of bhakti, and the end of the day, if we go and do that thing, is completely wiped out all the activities. You may get some benefits because you perform some due activities, but majority of the thing is which is not prescribed and you are trying to perform, then is really bad. And the last part is, which is our actions, which is the akarma actions, is where you are performing as per the prescriptions what is mentioned in our Shastras. So once you perform that one, then Prabhupada is mentioned in the next purport. Let's read the next purport also. Then all the bad things, all the accumulated bad karmas will be Krishna, is be liable to remove all of them. He will make your life happy, right? So that's where we are again going back to the question is the human purpose is we have to follow the akarma actions, what is prescribed in our Shastras. If you perform that one, automatically you will be happy because you are performing the activities what Krishna wants. And then he will accordingly give you the knowledge and intelligence and make you happy. Right? So let's read one more shlokas and then we can wipe. I thought before also. So that this shloka says, one who sees inaction in action and action in inaction is intelligent among the men, and he is the transcendental positions, although engaged in all sort of activities. The purport: the person acting in the Krishna consciousness is naturally free from the bond of karma. His activity are all performed for Krishna. Therefore, he does not enjoy or suffer any of the effect of work. Consequently, he is intelligent in human society, even though he is engaged in all sort of activities for Krishna. Akarma means without reaction to work. The impersonalist sees fruitive activities out of fear so that the resultant actions may not be stumbling block on the path of self-reliance. But the personality knows rightly in positions as the eternal servitor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, he engaged himself in the activity of Krishna consciousness. Because everything is done for Krishna, he enjoy only the transcendental happiness in the discharge of these activities. Those who are engaged in the process are known to be without desire for personal sense gratifications. The sense of eternal servitor to Krishna makes one immune to all sort of reactionary element of work. So with that, I think the going back to answer to all of you, I think is clearly mentioned in this one purport. It will make you happy if it will make you the genuine intelligent person in the society, because which I think Arpana Mataji said, I want to like is a better person. So if you follow Krishna consciousness, automatically you become an intelligent and better person in the human society. And you are following only the akarma, which is without reaction to work. Because as we say, the sakarma also will have some reactions, because you perform actions, because you didn't refer the shastras, you didn't refer the acharya or guru, then sometime unknowingly you do the mistake and you will suffer those reactions also. But when you do the akarma thing, because now you know you have intelligence, you perform according to the shastra, then you won't have any kind of the reactions, the bad reaction for this one, because your entire intention and the consciousness is to please Krishna. You have to follow, you are going to follow all the activity which is directing towards how I can please him. In that path, if you do any mistake also, that is the beauty of this process of akarma. If you accidentally do the mistake also, Krishna will say, okay, I will forgive you. But in the sakarma and the vikarma, you are liable to get the punishment. But in akarma thing, when you follow as shastras, and if you do mistakes, he will say, I because he is my devotee, I am not going to give him the punishments, right? So that is the importance. So the person who is understanding in action, so anything which is not prescribed, which is not meant for a human for a thing, he is still perform the actions which is needed for Krishna consciousness. Similarly, when he perform action and if some inactions happen also, he knows that what is good or bad, he was clearly knows that one. Sometimes we perform like one typical example is I'm performing my duties, but sometime we have to come across the people who are doing the inactions also, and they will might force you to do something which is not appropriate. So when you are performing your actions, you is still in inactions there. So both the way you are performing in inactions, actions also, and when you are doing your actions, and also you are avoiding all inactions, those person who have the both the way of the knowledge, those people are intelligence among the men. And again, Prabhupada, Krishna himself says he is the transcendental positions, he is the topmost person, right? So those are our acharyas, those are our guru and goswamis. They come across so many difficulties when they are preaching. Prabhupada come across so many difficulties. If you read the Prabhupada Leela Amrit, when he came and stay with the drunkard peoples, those are performing the drunkard, right? But at the same time he is performing his actions what is needed. So we need to learn from this. So we need to read more Prabhupada books and get some of his knowledge. Then we will be go more closer to Krishna consciousness. That is our prime goal. That is our prime goal. How we can follow the acharyas. When you follow the acharya and have a good association, automatically your mind will say, "Oh, this is bad," or "This is I should not be performing," or "This is the thing I have to perform." Right? So you will perform and understand your duty, and automatically you will be pleased. Yeah, that is the whole goal, because Krishna is our supreme father. He doesn't want our child, his child, we all are part and parcel, right? He doesn't want that we should be suffering. So with that, I will stop here. Any questions?